In Chapter 6 of Closer to Love, How to Attract the Right Relationships and Deepen Your Connections by Vex King, titled Your Demons versus Their Demons, the author explores the ways in which our personal demons can affect our relationships and provides guidance for navigating these challenges. King begins the chapter by explaining that everyone has their own personal demons, negative thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that can affect their behavior and relationships. He argues that it is important to acknowledge and confront these demons in order to build healthy and fulfilling relationships. The chapter then delves into the ways in which our personal demons can affect our relationships. King explains that our demons can manifest in various ways, such as jealousy, insecurity, and fear of vulnerability. He encourages readers to reflect on their own demons and to identify how they might be affecting their relationships. King then provides practical tips for addressing our personal demons in relationships. He emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and self-reflection in identifying and confronting our personal demons. He also encourages readers to communicate openly and honestly with their partners about their feelings and concerns. The chapter also explores the ways in which our personal demons can clash with the personal demons of our partners. King argues that it is important to approach these conflicts with empathy and understanding, recognizing that everyone has their own struggles and challenges. King then provides guidance for navigating conflicts with empathy and understanding. He encourages readers to practice active listening and to seek to understand their partner's perspective. He also emphasizes the importance of setting healthy boundaries and respecting each other's needs and boundaries. The chapter concludes with a discussion of the importance of forgiveness in addressing personal demons in relationships. King argues that forgiveness is essential for healing and growth in relationships, and encourages readers to practice forgiveness for themselves and others. Overall, Chapter 6 of Closer to Love provides valuable guidance for navigating the ways in which our personal demons can affect our relationships. King's emphasis on self-awareness, open communication, empathy, and forgiveness are particularly helpful for anyone looking to deepen their connections and build healthier relationships. Chapter 7 of Closer to Love, How to Attract the Right Relationships and Deepen Your Connections by Vex King, titled Being Vulnerable, explores the importance of vulnerability in building deeper and more meaningful relationships. King begins the chapter by explaining that vulnerability is often seen as a weakness in our society, but that in reality, it is a strength that allows us to connect with others on a deeper level. He argues that vulnerability is essential for building trust, intimacy, and connection in relationships. The chapter then delves into the ways in which we can practice vulnerability in our relationships. King explains that vulnerability involves being open and honest about our thoughts, feelings, and experiences, even when they are uncomfortable or difficult to share. He encourages readers to reflect on their own experiences with vulnerability and to identify areas where they may be holding back. King provides practical tips for practicing vulnerability in relationships. He emphasizes the importance of creating a safe and supportive environment for vulnerability, where both partners feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. He also encourages readers to practice self-compassion and to be kind and gentle with themselves as they explore their vulnerabilities. The chapter also explores the ways in which vulnerability can be a challenge in relationships, particularly for those who have experienced trauma or emotional pain in the past. King emphasizes the importance of self-care and self-protection in these situations, while still allowing space for vulnerability and connection with others. King concludes the chapter with a discussion of the benefits of vulnerability in relationships. He argues that vulnerability can lead to deeper connection, greater intimacy, and increased emotional and mental well-being. He encourages readers to embrace vulnerability as a strength and to practice it regularly in their relationships. Overall, Chapter 7 of Closer to Love provides valuable guidance for practicing vulnerability in relationships. King's emphasis on creating a safe and supportive environment for vulnerability, practicing self-compassion, and embracing vulnerability as a strength are particularly helpful for anyone looking to build deeper and more meaningful relationships. Chapter 8 of Closer to Love, How to Attract the Right Relationships and Deepen Your Connections by Vex King, titled When to Walk Away, explores the importance of setting healthy boundaries in relationships and knowing when it's time to let go. King begins the chapter by emphasizing the importance of self-love and self-respect in relationships. He argues that we cannot truly love and connect with others if we do not first love and respect ourselves. He encourages readers to take time to reflect on their values, needs, and boundaries in relationships and to be clear about what they will and will not tolerate. The chapter then delves into the signs that it may be time to walk away from a relationship. King explains that unhealthy relationships can take many forms, including those that are emotionally abusive, manipulative, or simply not fulfilling. He encourages readers to pay attention to their intuition and to be honest with themselves about whether a relationship is truly serving them. King provides practical tips for setting boundaries and walking away from unhealthy relationships. He emphasizes the importance of communication, both with oneself and with others, and encourages readers to be assertive in expressing their needs and boundaries. He also encourages readers to seek support from friends, family, or professionals if needed. The chapter also explores the emotions that can arise when walking away from a relationship, including guilt, sadness, and fear. King acknowledges that these emotions can be difficult to navigate but emphasizes the importance of self-care and self-compassion during this process. King concludes the chapter with a discussion of the benefits of walking away from unhealthy relationships. He argues that letting go of relationships that no longer serve us can be a powerful act of self-love and self-respect. He encourages readers to trust that letting go will open up space for new and healthier relationships to enter their lives. Overall, Chapter 8 of Closer to Love provides valuable guidance for setting boundaries and walking away from unhealthy relationships. King's emphasis on self-love, communication, and self-care during this process are particularly helpful for anyone looking to cultivate healthier and more fulfilling relationships in their lives. Chapter 9 of Closer to Love, How to Attract the Right Relationships and Deepen Your Connections by Vex King, titled Love is a Verb, explores the concept of love as an action rather than just a feeling. King begins the chapter by discussing the cultural narratives around love and relationships, which often emphasize finding the one and experiencing the intense emotions associated with falling in love. However, he argues that true love is more than just a feeling. It is a choice to act with love and compassion towards oneself and others. The chapter then delves into the ways in which we can practice love as an action in our daily lives. King explains that love can take many forms, from small acts of kindness to more significant efforts to support and care for those around us. He encourages readers to be intentional about practicing love in their lives and to recognize that even small acts of love can have a significant impact. King also explores the concept of self-love as an action, emphasizing the importance of treating oneself with kindness and compassion. He encourages readers to prioritize self-care and to recognize that taking care of oneself is an act of love that can benefit all areas of life. The chapter then discusses the role of communication in love as an action. King explains that effective communication is essential for building and maintaining healthy relationships, and encourages readers to be intentional about expressing their love and appreciation for others. Finally, King discusses the benefits of practicing love as an action, both for oneself and for others. He argues that choosing to act with love and compassion can lead to deeper connections, greater joy, and a more fulfilling life overall. Chapter 9 of Closer to Love provides valuable insights into the power of love as an action. King's emphasis on intentional acts of kindness and self-love, as well as the importance of effective communication, provides a practical framework for readers to cultivate more loving and fulfilling relationships in their lives. Chapter 10 of Closer to Love, How to Attract the Right Relationships and Deepen Your Connections by Vex King is titled Love is a Vibe, and explores the idea of love as an energetic force that can be felt and experienced in a tangible way. The chapter begins by discussing the importance of energy in our lives, and how our thoughts, emotions, and actions can all influence the energy we emit and attract. King argues that love is a powerful energy that can have a significant impact on our lives and relationships. King goes on to explore the ways in which we can cultivate a loving energy in our lives. He emphasizes the importance of being intentional about the energy we put out into the world, and suggests practices such as gratitude, mindfulness, and positive self-talk as ways to raise our energetic vibration. The chapter also discusses the importance of aligning with the energy of love in order to attract more positive and fulfilling relationships. King encourages readers to focus on cultivating self-love and self-acceptance as a way to raise their energetic vibration and attract relationships that are aligned with their highest good. King also discusses the role of intuition in cultivating a loving energy. He argues that when we are in tune with our intuition, we are better able to discern which relationships and situations are aligned with our highest good, and which may be draining or harmful. The chapter concludes by discussing the importance of letting go of negative energy and limiting beliefs that may be blocking us from experiencing love in our lives. King emphasizes the power of forgiveness and the importance of releasing any negative emotions that may be holding us back. Overall, Chapter 10 of Closer to Love provides valuable insights into the energetic nature of love, and offers practical tools and practices for cultivating a more loving and positive energy in our lives. By focusing on aligning with the energy of love and letting go of negative energy, readers can create more fulfilling and positive relationships in their lives. Chapter 11 of Closer to Love, How to Attract the Right Relationships and Deepen Your Connections by Vex King is titled Love is a Way of Life and explores the idea that love is not just a feeling, but a way of being in the world. The chapter begins by discussing the importance of cultivating a loving mindset and way of being in order to attract positive relationships and experiences into our lives. King argues that when we approach life from a place of love and positivity, we are more likely to attract people and situations that are aligned with our highest good. King goes on to explore the ways in which we can cultivate a loving mindset and way of being. He emphasizes the importance of practicing self-love and self-care, and suggests practices such as meditation, journaling, and gratitude as ways to cultivate a more positive and loving mindset. The chapter also discusses the importance of practicing empathy and compassion in our relationships with others. King argues that when we approach others with empathy and understanding, we are better able to connect with them on a deeper level and build more meaningful relationships. King also discusses the role of forgiveness in cultivating a loving way of being. He argues that forgiveness is a powerful tool for releasing negative energy and healing relationships that may have been damaged by past hurt or misunderstandings. The chapter concludes by discussing the importance of living a life of purpose and meaning as a way to cultivate a more loving and fulfilling way of being. King encourages readers to identify their passions and values and to live in alignment with those things, as a way to create a more meaningful and purposeful life. Overall, Chapter 11 of Closer to Love offers valuable insights into the importance of cultivating a loving way of being in order to attract positive relationships and experiences into our lives. By practicing self-love, empathy, compassion, forgiveness, and living a life of purpose and meaning, readers can create a more fulfilling and positive way of being that will attract more love and positivity into their lives.